What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. In the background, I'm playing WWE 2K16. Yeah, 2K16 for the Xbox One. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know yesterday I said that I wasn't doing a gaming channel or anything. I'm sorry. All right, but this is just a filler. That's all it is. It's just a filler. And so yeah, today I'm going to be talking about my favorite wrestlers, specifically favorite wrestlers in the Attitude Era. So yeah, let's begin. Mick Foley is just a hardcore legend, period. Things he's done in the ring, man, this man has put his entire body and life on the line day in and day out, putting on an amazing show for the fans. He took our breaths away from his death-defying stunts, taking fucking straight shots with chairs, barbed wires, tacks, 2x4s, falling off cages, falling through cells down to many feet below, being put on fire, and the list just goes on. I have no choice but to respect this man for the things he's done and the shit he's been through for us to be entertained. Without a doubt, to me, and I think everybody else or anyone that's been watching his work, he has done more than earned that name, hardcore legend. I honestly think even if today WWE changed back to the old days, there would be no one tough enough to take on the torch that he held. Who would dare try to pick up a 2x4 covered barbed wired with rusty nails lit on fire torch? No one. Because there's no one else that can be like Mick Foley. Now, my next pick would be The Rock. He's kind of low on the list, and I know people are going to hate me for it, and I can respect that, but hear me out. With his mic skills alone, he made it onto this list. A lot of people will say that he's the best ever to be behind the mic, and I kind of do agree with that. I love the trash talking, the banters between him and Foley and anyone else. The most confident wrestler to step in the ring, which makes people want to be on his side. The Hollywood gimmick he put on during his last few years in wrestling, it was pretty good. I liked it. He knows that the fact that he's the most liked wrestler of all time, and he just turns his back on the people, which made it all better for him as a heel. Now, the reason he's not higher up on my list is just a few things. For the life of me, I cannot buy the People's Elbow or Rock Bottom. A few of his movesets aren't believable to me. Even though I know wrestling is a performance, I still like to believe it's real. He's kind of like Hulk Hogan to me. I can't buy the leg drop. I'm sorry. But there are a few exceptions, like the DDT. His DDT is probably one of my top favorite DDTs done by anyone. I like his Samoa drop. It's pretty clean, especially when he taunts afterwards. You know, he's clapping. I like his sharpshooter as well, but there are times that he doesn't apply it right. But guy, when he does, you know, he has this brutal expression on his face, like he wants to rip the legs off. Now, The Rock will always be an icon for wrestlers and fans through his persona, and I doubt he'll ever get lost in history. Alright, next would have to be Triple H. Triple H is an individual that brings a presence like no other. Whether he's a heel or a face or a rebel, he just has that oomph, I guess. When he pulled out that sledgehammer for the first time, it was like when King Arthur pulled out Excalibur from the stone, except for, not using it for the greater good. He was using it for the greater power and destruction. He was determined to get what he wanted through it all, being the dirtiest player in the game, just, or just being this, a cerebral assassin, that's what they call him. Triple H is someone you can't look past on. He's fueled the fire for a lot of wrestlers, bringing out the best in them, from Stone Cold to The Rock to even his best friend Shawn Michaels. whether you know, hate him or love him, he is probably one of the most well-rounded performer in the business. You know, King of Kings, right? King of Kings. All right, now my next pick is Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle is a personal pick of mine, so he has to be up here on the tops. When, you know, from the time he started out in the WWE, I honestly didn't like his gimmick of the happy, joy, typical white guy character. But as a wrestler, I respect him. Even more so when he became the wrestling machine. This guy was pulling the belly to belly and the German suplexes, takedowns, and angle slam combination with the ankle lock and all that. When he did all of that, you knew it was a done situation. Now, a little beyond pro wrestling, going into Olympic style wrestling, he was a very inspiring wrestler for some of today's Olympic and pro wrestlers to amateur wrestlers. I was one of those people who were inspired by him. I joined amateur wrestling back in junior high, and then a little bit of high school. When I went for gold in my district championship, I felt like Kurt Angle when he was like standing on, you know, the podium or whatever. But, you know, he did it for his country, you know, for our country. I won it for our school, but it felt the same though. It still felt the same. Kurt Angle legacy will continue to impact wrestlers, you know, and inspire them to be amazing, just like him. So, you know, he has to be up here on my list. And finally, this guy. I'm not going to say his name yet, but I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of you already know who he is. This guy, he should be on everyone's list. Even if you're talking about like favorite wrestlers, like top 20s or top 10s, he should be on your list. More, if you're going to be more specific with Attitude Era, he should be on your list. He has to be on your list. If he's not, then you're crazy. But I think everyone knows who I'm talking about, and that is Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold Steve Austin is basically the common man. He's a beer drinking SOB. He gets into fights, altercations with people and the law. He doesn't give a fuck about anyone but him and that title, and sometimes revenge. And that's Stone Cold as a character. It's believable, it's relatable. That's what makes him the best, probably one of the best personas or gimmicks, whatever you want to call it, for a wrestler. Now, Stone Cold as a wrestler, he was a great seller. Examples are like, of course, everyone remembers the Bret Hart sharpshooter, or if you can see sometimes the Rock sharpshooter, you just see him hold on for dear life, and when you see that, you are hoping that he finds a way to the ropes or find a way to get out, and you're right there. You're like, yes, come on, do it. History shows that, you know, he has knee problems, and he still competes. Well, he did compete. He still competed with other wrestlers, and other wrestlers would, you know, aim at that target. You know, the anger in his face when he pulls off the sweetest stunners on people. Think about it. When your boss or enemy or whoever pisses you off, and you come around and pull a stunner on them, you just want to be all up in their face saying, yeah, in your face, flipping them off, saying fuck you and all. That's believable. That's relatable. That's what people want to do. That's what makes him an icon. He's a wrestler that I think a lot of people want to be like, or at least gain success in the way he did. I'm not going to say that since wrestling has went down to PG and stuff that people can't do that, but I think the biggest thing is you have to make us believe and relate. That's what I think, you know, some wrestlers who if you're trying to be like Stone Cold, that's what you should keep in mind. Be relatable and be believable. All right, people, that's my list. 5 wrestlers. I would probably try to do another list later. Probably WCW. No, I won't, because I didn't really watch WCW like that. I probably can backtrack though. I actually can backtrack. Like I've been doing, old school wrestling. With the whole Hulk Hogan and Junkyard Dog and stuff. And because I have some of my favorites over there. Hell, right now I'm watching Ricky Steamboat, and Ricky Steamboat, he's climbing to that list. He's climbing to that fucking list. So yeah. I hope you guys join me on another video. See you guys tomorrow. Peace and much love.
Okay.